They can manage, they can direct, but can they cook eggs? Welcome to Season 1 of Cooking Eggs, where we get our global leaders from around the world to compete at cooking eggs.
Just where am I supposed to look? So today I'm going to make a delicious omelet with some fresh tomatoes, some mushrooms, some spinach, and for the French touch, a bit of garlic, of course. So HelloFresh France, so we set up a local team about like 2.5 years ago, and we've been on this phenomenal growth journey since. It's really great. So yeah, France is definitely one of the growing markets out there, and very young, very dynamic. So yeah, it's super cool to be part of that and to see the business growing. The French entity is definitely like super aligned with our global DNA. I would say one thing that I think the French business is particularly, I'm going to say, good at is prioritization. Like we have such a young group of people that have like tons of ideas, but we're still a relatively small team, and with all the growth we've been seeing, it was super important for us to basically like ruthlessly prioritize and make sure we were only focusing on the big bets, because it's quite easy to get tangled up into those like sexy projects, but really when it comes down to it, the most important is serving the customer and making sure we have scalable processes in place to scale the company and make sure it's set up for the future growth ahead of us. So I need to start to think a bit what I'm doing. So I'd say, like when you break certain milestones, it always, is a great opportunity to rally the team. So typically when we hit a certain amount of boxes shipped to our customers in a week, we were obviously like super happy. And like we started out really small. We had like, let's say 10 people or so. And with those 10 people that are actually still in the business today, it's always so great to remember these like, little celebration moments that you were having as a small market. For you, that's a massive achievement. So it's always good to, have those moments together to celebrate. So I would say that's one thing. And we have a lot of big bangs, but we also improve every day. So when actually I look back, that's when I realize how much we've done in 2.5 years. So yes, there's been moments of like, wow, this is amazing. But actually it's the product of hundreds of initiatives we've launched in the last 2.5 years. So it's difficult to point a specific thing, but definitely have some great memories, some good celebration days to celebrate all the success, the hard work. And okay, so let me cook the garlic, the French touch, for a bit. I hope I'm going to make my recipe developers in Paris very proud. Our culture is such that we focus on continuously adding value, but for me it's super important to sometimes take a break and look back and realize how much stuff we've done. It's also super helpful to see big picture if you're progressing towards that. It's gonna look great. Okay, I think I'm done. And tada! We have my eggs avec des champignons, des tomates et des épinards. So my advice is if you were to join the company, to explore the different teams, see what they do, to really understand how your specific role is going to impact others. I think that helps to get a lot of context. And I guess my second piece of advice is to get ready for the ride. It's definitely a very exciting journey, lots of growth ahead, so you definitely have to buckle up for that because it's a very exciting journey.
Okay, plenty of tomatoes here. I didn't know we were cooking gazpacho instead of omelets. Oh well. Let's see how that goes. Test is okay-ish. I'm just missing a little bit of cheese, but despite that, I like the presentation. And in general, it's not that bad, so I'm gonna give it 5.02.